News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A computer glitch has extended the healthcare.gov sign-up. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Thursday, February 19th, 2015. Right now, the sky's clear. It's going to be another very nice day in western Montana. Right now, we have 28 degrees on our way to a high of about 53. How about that? Our newscast this morning is sponsored by Boot Barn, where they're celebrating everyday heroes who work hard for their families with big savings on work apparel and boots. Come save $20 on select Justin Original work boots. As federal officials released the final number of Montanans who bought 2015 health insurance through healthcare.gov yesterday, Montana Insurance Commissioner Monica Lindeen announced that the deadline to sign up for health insurance on the exchange has been extended due to a computer glitch. Spokeswoman Laura Parvey-Connors has these details.
Open enrollment closed on February 15th. They did have a few glitches with the website towards the end, and so they have extended that deadline to February 22nd for people who might have had some computer glitches or been waiting in line to try to buy their health insurance plan.
In addition to the extended sign-up period, Parvey-Connors says there are other means by which individuals can sign up after the end of the open enrollment period.
There is still an option to be able to buy health insurance if they have like a qualifying life event throughout the year. So if you are getting married or you have a baby or you move to another area, you can still go through healthcare.gov and buy a plan.
Numbers released yesterday indicate that more than 54,000 Montanans signed up for health insurance through the government website. Now, let's stay with me because we have several healthcare-related stories here. Montana Governor Steve Bullock was at St. Luke's Hospital in Ronan yesterday, touting his Healthy Montana initiative to expand Medicaid coverage to over 70,000 Montanans. Our news partners, NBC Montana, were there with reporter Lauren Bradley, who spoke with Governor Bullock.
People that can't afford to provide basically pay the bills. Those costs are shifted onto those with insurance. So ultimately, for the strength and viability of our small communities, for the healthcare 70,000 working Montanans, it's essential that we get this done.
On the other side of the issue, Republicans in the legislature who have their own plan, which we'll talk about in a moment, that would cover far fewer and much more needy individuals. Hamilton Representative Nancy Ballance says the governor is making the same mistake he made in the 2013 session, an all-or-nothing approach.
Last time, the governor insisted on this take-it-or-leave-it, all-or-nothing plan. He didn't help these people. And for the last 2 years, they've not had the help that they should have had. And I think he's doing the same thing again.
Lawmakers are considering a bill that would use state money to expand Medicaid to about 10,000 Montanans. Republican Representative Nancy Ballance of Hamilton brought House Bill 455 before the House Human Services Committee yesterday. She told lawmakers the bill would cover and improve the system for people she says desperately need it. Those people include some low-income parents, some veterans, and about 800 disabled people. A hearing on Bullock's Medicaid proposal is scheduled for March 6th. More than 500 wild bison from Yellowstone National Park have been sent to slaughter, killed by hunters, or removed for experimental research so far this winter. State and federal officials want to reduce the park's bison population by up to 900 animals to curb their winter migration into Montana. That equals about 18% of the 4,900 bison counted in the park last summer. Figures released this week show 333 bison have been captured and transferred to American Indian tribes for slaughter. Another 166 have been killed by hunters, most of them members of 4 Indian tribes with treaty hunting rights. Republican U.S. Senator Steve Daines railed against Washington, D.C. politics yesterday, told Montana lawmakers that solutions to the state's problems need to come from them. Daines addressed a joint session of the House and Senate yesterday, saying lawmakers must be wary of increasing dependence on a federal government. He says it's accruing debt at an unprecedented rate.
It's time that Washington, D.C. takes a page out of Montana's playbook and balances its budget. Because our national debt crisis is one good example of how broken Washington is.
Daines also addressed the issue of public lands, encouraging lawmakers to think of the opportunities if the federal government stepped back and allowed Montanans to responsibly manage forests and mine coal. Authorities in northern Montana recovered the body of a Japanese woman who went missing during a fishing trip in November. The Flathead Beacon reports the 75-year-old Fuki Nishibayashi. The body was found Tuesday in Mission Lake near Cutbank. 3 people were believed to have fallen into the lake on November 22nd. Divers recovered the body of 63-year-old Kazuhiko Yakiyashi of Canada 3 days later. 56-year-old Danny Halen of Canada is still missing. Missoula County is currently working on a new draft plan for its growth policy. During Phase 1, residents expressed some of their goals for the county. Now, Missoula County Community and Planning Services Assistant Director Karen Hughes is looking for some specific objectives.
Now we need to talk about what do we want to do about that? How do we maintain those beautiful open spaces and natural resources, ensure they'll be here for future generations, while also making sure that our communities are healthy and thriving and that people have jobs and can make a good living. And so we want to talk about what actions do people want the county undertaking.
Hughes said 2 major topics that have come up include how the county should work with the city of Missoula and subdivision laws.
And a more specific objective would be to guide new subdivisions and development. And the question is how? Are there certain things that we should have in our subdivision regulations? Different than what we have now. We have some guidance. Are there other things that we should be considering?
Information about the meetings starting next week can be found on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. And after going head-to-head with companies like Bose and Activision, the Montana Office of Tourism claimed the Creative Media Award for Best Mobile Marketing this week. Office of Tourism spokesman Daniel Iverson says Montana won the award for an ad campaign that targeted skiers and snowboarders.
They would receive these images of Montana with more information about what it's like to ski here. And sometimes they would get that while they were actually at the location. So imagine you're in a long lift line in Colorado and you see these ads for Montana where the lift tickets are much cheaper and the lines are much shorter. It's a pretty compelling argument to come here.
Because of new technology and cell phones, the ad was able to track who actually made a trip to Montana after seeing the ad.
One of the really cool things about it was that using the GPS on the phone, we were able to see who received the ads and who then came to Montana, and we call that a conversion if they were affected by the advertising. And that's how we were able to calculate a return on investment that showed that we brought nearly $7 million to the state on this campaign that we spent only $25,000 on.
The Creative Media Awards, the 4th award the Montana Office of Tourism won so far with the mobile skiing ads. News Talk time is 6:10.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Increasing clouds today with our high temperatures topping out in the upper 40s to right around 50. Rain likely this evening, mixing with snow by sunrise. We'll keep scattered showers in the forecast on Friday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.